So being a programmer is a ripoff. Everyone's hyping it up right now, and I get it. You got the stupid money, job flexibility and security, infinitely scalable impact on the world, blah, blah, blah. But there's one thing that's actually ruining it for me right now, and every single programmer goes through this, but no one warns you about it. And if I knew about this a few years ago before I started programming, I probably would have studied something better, like, I don't know, cooking or media studies or something. Today, I want to explain what that is right now in this video, where I am going to explain it right now in this video. Here it is. Your posture is fucked. You think I'm playing? Well, how do you know that someone is a programmer? You know it's not hard. What's the dead giveaway? It's not the way they dress. You know, some try. It's not the way they talk. That varies a lot. It's actually the alignment of the thoracic spine, shoulders, and neck. All right, let me show you. This is what a normal, healthy, good postured person looks like. And this is what a programmer looks like. So how do we mess this up? Well, I am not a licensed physical therapist. I'm not a medical professional, so please don't take this as official medical advice. But based on my experience, the key issue is this rounding of the upper back, but that actually comes from two main causes: the positioning of the head and neck, and the internal rotation of the shoulders. I want to break down each of these things for you, and then at the end of the video, I'm going to talk about things that I'm doing to correct each of these. So the first main issue is that programmers spend excessive amounts of time looking downward and forward at a low monitor or a laptop screen. And over time, this puts a lot of strain on the muscles in the back of your neck, because on average, the human head weighs about 10 to 12 pounds for an adult, but the actual load that it puts on your spine increases exponentially as you tilt it forward. So if you push it forward about like 15 degrees, it weighs about 27 pounds, 60 degrees, and it weighs about 60 pounds. If you round up, that's almost like 1,000 pounds, and that's a lot. And as programmers, we spend a lot of time in this forward head position. Even when we're not working, we're either looking down at our phones to avoid socializing, or just walking around with our head down because of low self-esteem. And when you're in this position constantly over a long period of time, it causes a bunch of mini compression fractures in your spine, as well as spasms in your neck muscles. And to protect you, the human body will just lock itself in this position, and you have what is called kyphosis, otherwise known as nerd neck. You're kind of screwed because evolution didn't really give humans a natural mechanism for undoing this. So does this issue apply to you? Let's check. Feel the area with your hand, just where your neck connects to the upper back, right? Feel the actual vertebrae there. Is there this weird bony bump up there? Another way to check is lie down on the floor on a hard surface with no pillow. All right, does your head naturally just tilt upward and leave a gap between the bottom of your head and the floor? If both of these things apply to you, congratulations, you are a nerd. The second cause of this programmer's posture is excessive internal rotation of the shoulders. This happens because as programmers, we're constantly curling our arms upward and inward over a keyboard, pulling our shoulders in to carry a backpack, or lying down in fetal position when our code doesn't work. Just take a look at every person you know that's a programmer or a software engineer. If they haven't done things to specifically correct this issue, chances are they have these curled shoulders that I'm talking about. So do you have this issue? Here's an easy way to check. Just stand up straight and just chill. Let your arms fall down to your sides. Do your arms naturally fall down to the sides of your hips with your thumbs facing forward? If so, good for you. Otherwise, if they fall like kind of in front of you and your thumbs point inward, you probably have that internal rotation of the shoulders. What is wrong with having this kind of posture? For one, when you have all these muscle imbalances, you're going to be more prone to carrying a lot of tension, which just accentuates the physical effects of stress. Also, having this posture basically just cuts off all of your athletic ability. Like, there's no way you can execute movements, lifts, any type of strength exercises without proper form. And then the worst part about having this posture is that you will look like a programmer. In general, to correct any postural problem, you gotta strengthen the muscles that are weak, loosen the muscles that are tight, and then correct your day-to-day activities so you get used to having proper posture and you protect yourself from further damage. So let's start with the neck. You gotta strengthen the inner neck muscles that pull your head inward, not pushing your head down towards your chest, but actually tucking your chin instead of just cranking it backward like that. So then for loosening, I often use a lacrosse ball to start kneading out those suboccipital muscles that kind of insert into the bottom of your head, and then just do a bunch of stretches for the sides and back of your neck. So now for the shoulders, there's a lot of exercises you can do to get that external rotation to correct this, engage your back and your rotator cuffs. This isn't a fitness channel, so I'm not gonna go into that in too much detail. And then you gotta stretch anything that really gets your arm up over your head in that external rotation, opens up your shoulders and stretches that pec muscle. And then anything to mobilize your upper back and get it to start bending in that other direction. Well, now I'm trying to keep my monitor at a proper level so that it's high enough so that I can look at every part of the screen without having to tilt my head downward. And I'm also trying to set up my keyboard so that my elbows can just drop to my sides with my forearms parallel with the floor. And then when I'm wearing a backpack, I'm trying to use one that has this ergonomic strap so that I can push my chest outward against it instead of having to curl in against the weight. And then also I gotta stop looking at my phone and then get my code actually working so I'm not just wasting time crying down in this fetal position with my arms tucked in, because that's really bad for your posture and it's not a good look. So once again, I am not a physical therapist, I'm not a medical professional, so please do your own due diligence. If you're thinking about being a programmer or starting to study computer science, this might actually be the deal breaker for you. I hope this helped you with that decision. As always, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. It helps me out, it helps me grow the channel. And then hit the notification bell so that you know whenever I post any new content, and I'll see you here next time. Thank you for watching.